iFILM, London. iFILM, London.
This is Kugan Cassius for iFILM London. With me, I've got Larry Oluwamibo. Have I got it right? And trainer David Pereira. How are you guys doing? All right?
Not bad, sir. Not bad.
Larry, you cool?
I'm good, man. Good.
I'm feeling that hat.
I'm feeling it too because I'm cold.
Right. Let's talk about what's been going on in boxing this week. Tyson Fury vacating his British and Commonwealth titles. Sam Sexton stepping in to fight David Price. What are your thoughts on this, Larry?
First of all, Tyson Fury vacating his titles. I mean, boxing, as people like to point out, is a business. So I think it's quite poor people labelling a coward. You know, you have to have a certain amount of courage to get into the ring. You know, obviously it's a business decision, and obviously it wasn't taken by Tyson Fury; it was taken by his team. So, you know, that's what it is at the end of the day. As far as Sexton boxing Price for the titles, I mean, me and Sexton have got unfinished business. Everyone knows that. Everyone saw that on the 13th of January. So I think that the fair way to have done it would have been for me to have a rematch with Sexton and the winner fight Price for the titles. But you know, the board decided Sexton's gonna fight for the titles, and that's the way it's gonna be, I guess.
and David, like I said, Larry's fight with Sexton ended how it ended. So do you think there should have been a rematch before being made a challenger to the British title?
Yeah, ideally there should have been a rematch. I think any fight that ends like that, you can see it was sort of, at the time it was 50-50 pretty much. There wasn't much in it. Larry was obviously looked like he was getting on top anyway. Most people were saying the same thing that I was thinking, that he was on his way to winning that. But regardless of that, you know, it is unfinished business, as Larry said, and Sam Sexton said the same thing. He knows it, and they should get in there. They should fight again. But the thing is, anyway, Larry's right behind him anyway, and I don't mean in boxing. I mean behind him in a title shot. If Sam Sexton gets in there, if he gets beat or he wins, whatever happens, Larry's behind them. Larry's going to be in line soon to fight for a British title, so he'll get his chance anyway. I keep telling him that he's training hard every day. We took how many days did we take off from the fight? 5 days. 5 days back in the ring every day, back in the gym every day. We're getting better, progressing. So, you know, I think he surprised a few people with that last performance. You know, you got to be fair to him. He's out for a year, came off a bad loss, came back. You know, he proved a lot of people wrong. He was meant to get knocked out in a couple of rounds, most people are saying, and he certainly didn't do that. The guy did try, came out with that game plan, but you know, he looked like it was going to go the other way around after a few rounds. Larry showed that he's improved a lot. He's boxing a lot more. And that's with the ring rust. That was a C-class performance. I guarantee you that if you could see him in the gym, what he's doing, a lot of these heavyweights will be shaking right about now, because you know he's an incredible talent that people don't realise. I've seen him going in there, blowing people over with the power, and literally getting as far as he did get just on brute power. But we've been in the gym working hard. I mean, I'm talking about hours on the pads, hours in the mirror, working technically, you know, on technical stuff and fitness and everything, and bringing the best out of him. And he's a great athlete, you know. He's always been an athlete. He was a sprinter back in the days, always been training. So, you know, he's just a rough diamond that we've had to clean up in the gym, and he's looking good. Hopefully next time he gets in the ring now, he'll be a lot sharper. The confidence is there, and we're going to see a good performance from him. So, don't really care. Let Sam Sexton fight Price, and you know, I think Price will win that personally. But whatever happens, Larry will be right behind him, getting that title shot soon. You know, inshallah. So, yes, that's about it.
So, Larry, is that the way you see it, that a British title shot is within your grasp, still within sight?
Oh, most definitely. You know, Sexton was number 3 in the country when I boxed him, and so you know, for me, as David said, that was a C-class performance. What a lot of people don't realise was not only was I coming off a year of not boxing at all, where he had a warm-up 2 months prior, I was actually sick that morning. I had diarrhea that morning, and David didn't want me to box that morning. So, but we sold tickets, you know, and we didn't want to let fans down. So, you know, obviously, you know, I came and I still performed the way I did. So I could go better than that, you know, and that's what not a lot of people realise. And so to push the number 3 in the country, being ill, and with the ring rust of, you know, of being off a year, that shows I'm in a mix. That shows I'm in a mix. So, Yeah, I mean, if I have to bide my time, then so be it. You know, I'll try and stay as busy as possible and sharpen up my skills and just keep working in the gym. I mean, people were not expecting that kind of performance from me. They were expecting the same old Larry. And we shocked a lot of people in January, and we intend to shock a lot of people in the next fight and the fights beyond that. I'm just going to keep getting better and better, you know.
In the country, the most improved boxer in the country. You come to the gym, you see what he's in the gym, looking excellent, fabulous. So I mean, that was a C game that he put on the other night. You wait and see his next fight. We put that A game on. I mean, a lot of people eyebrows will be raised. I guarantee you that. Most improved boxer in the country. So I mean.
All right, I will say one thing though. Your ring entrance against Sam Sexton was probably the best ring entrance I've ever seen. I closed my eyes and I thought it was Rick Ross coming in.
Well, I didn't grow the beard to look like Rick Ross, that's for sure.
Oh, come on, that's got to have something to do with it. The music come on, the beard come on.
Do you know what, actually?
Maybach music, I could just hear it now, Larry, you know what I mean?
I usually come into Public Enemy, that's my favourite group of all time. I usually come in to Fight the Power. I could not find my CD that day, and I was so angry. And my brother was driving me to the venue, and I said, you know, what CDs you got in the car? And he had Rick Ross, and I don't really like Rick Ross, to be honest with you. So I said, nah, leave that. I'll just come in. No, I'll see what they got. So I came here to the venue, and they said, oh, we'll just play something. I thought, they'll play some pop nonsense. I said, you know what? Let's go with a Rick Ross. And but you know what? It worked. It worked because you know what? He said, you've been off a year. Enjoy it. It wasn't. We weren't trying to mug off to the fans or anything like that. It was just about enjoying the atmosphere, being out for a year, and just coming back and enjoying this. You know, and it's so important for boxers to enjoy what they're doing, not just the actual boxing, but the whole thing. The ring entrance, the crowd screaming their name, all of it. It's so important, and that's what he got me to do. And when I got in the ring, it definitely made me want to perform. You know, and so yeah, you'll be seeing more of those kind of ring walks. Not necessarily Rick Ross though.
All right, David, Larry, thank you very much for talking to iFILM London. I just want to point out, as I walked past Larry pulled me and said to me, oh, how comes I haven't been on iFILM London yet? Listen, there's no reason for that. I can't answer that, why that isn't. That's why I was eager to get you on now. There's no reason why we haven't got you on now.
Just making sure.
Because me and my partner have had numerous conversations about you, especially when we was watching that ring walk. So why haven't we had Larry on? But now we have had Larry on. It's a pleasure to speak to you. So, David, thank you very much. Larry, this is Kugan Cassius here at your call for iFILM London. Thank you very much.
iFILM London. iFILM London. iFILM.